NBA Finals goes tonight. Nobody's better than Ron Hollins, ESPN NBA analyst, joining us in the studio, giving the Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless, best phones, best networks, no contracts. We'll get to your approach to youth sports in just a second, whether or not you agree with me. I think you're spitting that hot fire. Wow. High school basketball, Hollins gets after it. Tonight, what has to happen for Cleveland to steal a win, especially if there's no Kevin Love?
Woo. For Cleveland to steal a win, you got to come out right and you got to hit him in the mouth. And it's got to be personal. It's got to be physical. No holds bar. This is not the LeBron that will have to inch his way into games. So this is interesting here. He's always kind of felt out every series leading up to the finals. And the question is tonight, will LeBron come out firing? Are we going to see 15 to 20 points in the first quarter alone from him? What is the game plan going to be? And, it'll be a LeBron-led team. And another thing I look at, and you're going to love this, Mike, physicality. When they were down 3-1, the last time they actually beat the Warriors, they beat them up on the glass. They hit them. They said screen. Like, they did all the little things. And there are two guys missing last series for the Warriors. You think, I'm talking about? The big guys. We didn't see Zaza.
Right.
We didn't see JaVale. So the question for Kerr is, do you brush off the cobwebs, throw these guys in the lineup now? Because if they're not in the lineup, Tristan Thompson has a field day. There's nobody remotely close to box him out. And when they had success last year, obviously we can talk about Kevin Durant, but Tristan was an absolute non-factor. Why? You saw Zaza Pachulia literally face guard and taking this guy out of bounds, and he couldn't get that team going. He creates the second chance and extra effort points for them.
So another guy who hasn't been around for a few games is Andre Iguodala, and not going to be in game one. He's a guy that's defensed LeBron the most. So while he's not the best player on the team, he's usually on LeBron. What's the trickle-down effect from that with him not being there?
See, this is like so frustrating. You got guys like Chris Paul that go out missing. You got Kyrie Irving missing out the playoffs. You got Gordon Hayward not there. You got Kevin Love missing a game 7, and the Warriors are missing their 7th man. Not to say that Andre's not a baller, he's not an all-star, not what he does, but okay, all right, KD.
Not a fair fight.
Okay, KD, you got to guard him now. And now if you're LeBron, the Warriors get a little vulnerable. And if you can get two fouls.
Well, that's what I mean. What's the trickle down? If KD's guarding him, does he get tired on the offensive end? And
if you can get 2 fouls early on KD, you possibly change the dynamic. But ultimately, you just slide over Draymond or Livingston or, Bell guards them or Looney guards them. And those are the guys who are getting the minutes. Now, tough when Looney and Bell are on the floor because they're playing spirited, great basketball. They're great on the defensive end. But you see where if it was Iguodala, you pitch him the ball, he makes a play, he's a second, 4th, 5th point guard on the floor, he gets to the hole, either scores or makes a play or a dish. You look at Kevon and Bell, and you kind of freeze. You don't necessarily pass on the ball. You ask for a pick and roll, it kind of deads out your action. So, okay, the Warriors they're hampered a little bit, all right?
Listen,
they're missing a little
Ryan,
bit.
I'm looking for anything here, okay? I'm born and raised in Cleveland. I'm looking for anything here.
Especially these third quarters. Talking right now with Ryan Hollins, ESPN NBA analyst. The Warriors get down a little bit. Oh, ISO heavy, defense a little lax. Third quarter, like a house on fire. Is that, Ryan, overconfidence in the first half? Is it just not getting your legs? How in the world are they so out of sync? And then it's just like, bam, game time.
How are they out? I love how you say, how are they out of sync? Great question. How are the Warriors out of sync? Why? The head of the snake for that team still is Steph Curry. He's the engine, okay? You got all these shooters and cutters and dunkers. You got all these weapons around, but you still, just like football, you got to have a quarterback. Golic, you know the importance of a quarterback. Steph Curry's the quarterback of that team. So as he facilitates, even though Kevin Durant can go manufacture his own points, Draymond can manufacture points in offense. They struggle when Steph doesn't play well. And what is Steph doing? He's still coming back off that injury. He's still not 100%. This isn't the Steph Curry that we have known and loved. He's still working his way back. So, you got to attack him on the defensive end of the floor. You got to attack KD if he's on the ball. And Steph is the guy who's still feeling his way back in. But, golly, that's a tough matchup for George Hill, man.
So knowing this Golden State team, outside of LeBron and Love whenever he comes back, who in this series for Cleveland do you think has the chance to step up and be able to do something?
Oh, I love that question. Did you read my notes earlier?
No, I didn't. I made that one up all by myself.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Listen,
You never
listen.
know.
From the moment he signed, I knew this guy had an important role on this team. And if they were going to win, he'd have to play well. And that's Jeff Green. Jeff balled out.
He did.
Balled out. Uncle Jeff, my dog, in Game 7. But if you look at Jeff Green's skill set, he can relieve LeBron of some of his, I don't want to say playmaking, but scoring at the rim, defensive abilities. He's a big guy. He's not necessarily a center, but he can go clog things up in the paint, block some shots opportunistically. But with his size and presence, he brings an added dimension. Another guy who can actually guard KD. He's played with KD, knows how to guard him. When we played together, Jeff always played him very, very well. Like, Jeff is a guy, if inserted the right way, can really be a lift because LeBron's going to be tired.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to need help. They're going to attack him, and they have to – somebody else has to manufacture points. And if you can buy 5-10 minutes for LeBron to rest and those other guys get positive minutes going on, efficient minutes, and Jeff can play well, and it's not just on Jeff. A mix of Jeff, Tristan, and Kevin Love have to be very, very productive.